channel. If you are new to the video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. So the purpose of today's video is to enlighten you more about UI Post-utme and everything you need to know about the Post-utme, the challenges you might face, and everything you need to basically know about the Post-utme. So my name is Pelumi and
my name is Muthmoina.
I'm Anifa.
My name is Obiogebe Victoria.
Alright, so I'm currently students of the prestigious University of Ibadan.
First and the best!
So I am from the nursing department.
I'm also from the nursing department.
I'm from the pharmacy department.
I'm from human nutrition and dietetics department.
So you might have some questions in your mind like, how is UI Post-utme? Like, how will I study for this exam? What will I need to do to pass this exam? So today we're just going to share some of our brief experiences on how the Post-utme is, the structures, the challenges, and all. So we can start by sharing what we feel the exam is. Is it tough? Is it easy? What do you feel like?
It's not actually tough. It's not actually tough because we actually prepared for it. Most people always hype the exam like, okay, this thing is too tough. We have Post-utme too tough. The Roman numerals, everything. But like, we prepared for it. Primers helped us with the materials and everything.
And we had a lot of questions.
We finished Lamlad in 1 week. Lamlad chemistry.
I forgot to John gave us to solve in a day. We couldn't finish.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Like for the exam, it's actually a tough journey. But then, if you know what you are doing, you know the structures of the exam, it's actually not really that
The Roman
tough.
numerals were actually kind of like you need to know you need to understand the question before answering, because the Roman numerals can be very confusing. It can confuse you. Like you see like something like similar answers in Roman numeral 1, you see in Roman numeral 2. But like you have to pick the best answer. That's what UI is all about. You have to pick the best answer to the question.
You have to be sure.
You have to be very sure about your answer.
Like, once you did not know it, you don't know it.
No, you don't know it. Because I remember one of my questions then. I don't remember how the question was basically, but it was in English. Then they gave us a word. They were like, synonyms of the word. And I remember I was practicing that word one time when we were doing our final revision on English. Then all the Roman numerals, they had I, and IV, and they were all looking so similar. I just had to guess the answer to the ones that it's so confusing. That's what makes the exam technical. It's not that the exam is actually
it's just really technical. You need to think about it.
Yes.
It is not hard.
It's not hard.
If you prepare well for it, it is not hard.
Initially, when people talk about the Post-utme, they make it look so hard because initially I was so scared of picking UI.
I was so scared.
I was never scared too.
When I was pick UI, I would just debunk any thought of picking UI until I don't have any option than to go for the UI.
Actually, when I picked UI, I knew UI was actually a top school, but then I was not really scared per se, because then when you just get into secondary school, you feel all those schools that write families. You don't know that their Post-utme is actually that tough. But then when we were oriented in my school, when they oriented us, I was like, okay, wait, this school I'm going to, considering my jam score again, but with the course I was going to, I was actually kind of confident that I would get the course I want if I study really hard for the Post-utme. Or what do you feel like?
I actually feel like, because I've written OA Post-utme before, and OA is mostly A level. So not passing OAU and changing to UI, and UI is mostly O level, but you just need to think about the question. Yes, advanced O level. So I was like, come, I've already written OA Post-utme. There is nothing that can say in UI past question or UI exam that will not make me feel like, okay, this thing is hard or something. It's just
the questions are as simple as it may look like. People still fail it. I failed that question in my physics. They asked me if I'm told the value of it. I picked 10 raised to power 15 instead of 10 raised to power minus 15. So as simple as the question was, when I came out, I told you
to look at the options
very well. So
I was scared the first time, but the second time I was not scared. I entered the exam with confidence, after solving a lot of questions, so then we'll give us a lot of questions to solve at home, and no, it was
finishing
really
Lamlad in 1 week.
The preparation was crazy.
Do you remember finishing the topics we did for 3 years in secondary school in 20 days?
Exactly. Yes.
It was mad. At some point, I was telling them at home that Sodom is stretching me beyond my mental health. I have to carry carry my reading table outside. Everybody at home know that, like, all the flat people, they know that this girl is very present. Some of them will say, are you writing exam? Because they don't know what I'm doing. I have to carry my table outside. I'll carry the book. I'll be like, studium is stretching me beyond my limit though.
I know, it got to a stage in the entire hostel like this. Even sleep will not come. It got to a stage. I even forgot about food stuff. If they send me money like this, is it I'm buying conflicts or buying Gary? I remember the suya man. You must have been a lot from me. Suya and Gary and conflicts became 5 and 6.
Nobody has
Because we don't have time to cook.
Yeah, I was not cooking no bread.
If you want to pass all this exam,
I was at home, so
Gary.
my mommy do the cooking.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
I was
why
eating all these beverages.
either it's a conflict or Gary or custard. Like it was so tough, and you'll be having a day like this. You will not want to rest. Why? Because you have things to cover. Like imagine having to finish entire lab. You know how big lab chemistry is. If you don't know the textbook, you can get it. It's very good for studying for post-utme, for UI post-utme.
Explicit biology is also
And explicit biology
also
yes.
good. Like
another thing is the material, like the past questions for UI.
That past
But the thing is,
question,
UI does not release their past question.
Yeah.
So
But there's this past question that
that
students don't
primary
qualify for.
yes,
Yes.
it
really helps
So
us
the
a
thing
lot.
is,
Yeah.
when you are done with your exam, you come outside, you tell him all the questions that you've seen, then we write it down. Then for the students that want to write next year, he compiles everything for them, then he gives them as past question. And that thing really helps because most of my questions, everything was inside that past question.
I wish I solved that past question a bit earlier. Cause I won't lie, the past question I started solving it 3 days to my exam.
I started studying one night,
because you know when you have a lot of workload, you have lab physics to finish, lab chemistry, explicit biology,
even remix.
biology, even remix. You see now things to study, then you now have a past question to study again. I started studying the past question 3 days to my exam. Like that was literally everything I was just using.
I'm glad I did the biology part of the question.
Yes, the biology
They
really
repeated the
helped.
question.
Because
Most of the questions were repeated.
Yes, I told you why. You know plant morphology.
Yes.
Plant morphology and
Yes, the
anatomy.
questions
Like,
are all about like
plant morphology and plant anatomy. I'm like, names you've not heard of, botanical names and stuff like that. The first question really helps because it's like as if the whole section was just dedicated to that plant anatomy and morphology. Because different names like obeche, all these Iroko, they are botanical names. I remember Jesus. When you will see things like obeche, they are botanical names. All these African palm tree, all these stuff like what the fuck is this? All these names. If not for that past question, I would not know that UI said anything on morphological, all these plant morphological.
yes, because
So
the
that
past
actually
question that like
was-
the UI past question is actually, let me just say it did not help at all.
Yeah,
that
if you get
that
one,
that one
I went to UI
it's
bookshop, I
not-
bought it, but more like
no, they don't really release that
it
question.
looks
Yeah,
like
so it
secondary
didn't
school
help.
questions.
I said
Like,
thanks to Sodium, like thanks to Primer.
Thanks to Primer.
I swear, if not,
It's
because
like a blessing to
Yeah,
us.
so-
Yeah, we are really grateful.
I
We are
swear to
grateful
God.
that
Sodium really helped us a lot. In as much I used to stretch us, but those stretch when you enter all,
For
like
your own
everything will
benefit.
look
Yes.
easy.
even the
Others will just be shouting and you will be looking at them. Yeah, you know that
Like-
you've passed through hell. Like Sodium has stretched you. So when you enter the hall, everything seems easy.
And one thing I also liked is the fact that he made the exam like, you know, some people might have written the exam before,
Yeah.
but he made the exam he explained the structure, he made it look simple to us that were writing it for the first time. We didn't even feel like, oh Jesus, will I make this thing, we write it again next year. No, when you have that mindset that this is the first and the last time I'm writing the exam, or if you have written it before, this is the last time I'm writing the exam, and you put in the hard work, there's nothing stopping you from getting it. Have you?
Yes,
What
at
is
some point I had the
Yes.
courage that I'm going to pass
Pass
UI
it.
post-utme. So like I was not scared.
I was
of
confident,
not
yes.
meeting the cutoff. Like at some point because of the study.
So the materials, let's talk about the materials we use for the post-utme preparation.
So we use lab chemistry,
Yeah.
explicit biology,
Modern
lam-
biology as well.
Yeah,
yes, we
modern
use modern
biology.
biology. We use lab physics, remix, all our
All our
remix.
remix.
Then for the English, I think remix and this
There's this
Invisible
textbook,
teacher.
invisible teacher, yes.
They
And
really
that
help
past question,
Yes.
that primer
That primer
past
past
question, like
like,
it is
in
important.
terms of
Like,
the biology
yes.
and physics, like that primer past question really helps me a lot. Because if not for that past question, I swear to God, who knows what I have gotten my
What would have
biology
become of
part?
us?
I swear, like when I entered the hall, I was saying it. And I'm trying to remember the botanical name for Rogo tree, but it's not coming. I'm only remembering the second part. I'm not remembering the first part. I was saying, I was like, because what even gingered me to actually study that past question early, like 3 days before that time, because I was already planned out. I'll just go through the past question a day or 2 days before. It was when one of our seniors in the UI already studying pharmacy Shei, when they came. When they came was like majority of his questions were from plant anatomy and morphology. And when I saw the past question, I was seeing different names that I might have heard of some in my secondary school, but majority me body, I swear to God, me body, like that was the first time I was hearing it. So seeing them in the past question, that actually gingered me because for like majority of his questions were from plant anatomy and plant morphology. So like as if they just picked his questions directly from that topic, and that really gingered me to like study for the biology. And for the English, our advice, or what do you think they should study more topics they can study in the biology?
Mostly the synonyms and
the
interpretation of words and expressions.
For English,
yes, for English.
Synonyms and antonyms.
Then the spellings. Oh my God.
I remember susceptible.
No, not even.
Me mom was susceptible. I said to God when I came out of the exam and I was feeling ashamed that why could I just feel susceptible?
I think it was Brazil or something. I swear.
Yeah, I got visa. I even got the spelling of visa. But susceptible, like ow! I felt this synonyms. You know when you write an exam under stress. So I was actually, when I first started the exam, I was actually very like stressed, tense. Because one thing about me is when I'm writing an exam, even during my jam, the first 5 questions I will solve, I always solve them under stress. Like I'm always tensed. That's one thing about me. But after those questions, I tend to feel relaxed. So when I entered there, and I had one bad tummy ache again because me and Coin, we actually the one that had the bad tummy because we bought pop-up in that area. We didn't eat before leaving. So we actually bought pop-up and mineral juice, tummy ache and everything. So if once you write this exam, one thing about UI past question, UI post-utme is, if you enter that hall, you will first feel dizzy. There is no how you
have to eat before
you will eat,
exam.
and you have to be calm because when you are saying number 1, you are saying I. You never see the options. I. Even like what is going on? English. Now, like I could see the I in the biology, even physics. Like you
actually, I feel like you actually expect I in physics, chemistry, biology, but for English, oh my God, it can confuse you and you'll be picking the wrong answers. So you just need to be calm. Like that tension should not be there. Just be calm. Believe in yourself that okay, I can do this. So just once you've read, I feel like there's nothing that should make you
once you are prepared.
So how was your mode of preparation for the exam? How was it?
Fire. Because the post-utme that last year. So coupled with the fact that I didn't make the post-utme and I didn't want my jam scores replaced. So I like put in all those energy, I channeled all those stuff. I didn't let my OAU bring me down. I channeled that preparation into UI. I gave it all my best. Like I said it earlier, I was having a burst headache. Like normally I'm this kind of person, if I shake myself for too long, I have headache because my own headache is a normal thing for me. Some people got it normal. I was still reading with the headache. It got to a stage, my roommates were like, Pelumi, don't kill yourself. Because it was like, you know, when you're giving something all your best, you don't want to rewrite it. So you have to channel it. Because one thing I always say is, it's better to sacrifice now and get what you want than now regret enjoying and wasting all your time. You get what I'm saying? Like, give it all your best. Like, focus on it at that moment and enjoy later. Than for you to enjoy now and not be suffering and regretting it later. So, how was your mode of preparation? Because I know you guys.
For me, mostly I was basically just reading throughout. I put aside my phone. Like, I froze my social media, everything. Like, everything. I have to freeze everything. Then, what I was doing mostly was just reading every single day. Night, sleepless nights, not sleeping every day, taking energy drinks so as not to be weak. So my mom was just like
you to take energy drinks. So
my mom was just like house chores, so they don't really stress me. So everything was just like reading every day.
People like us that were not at home, you have to do the house chores yourself.
I was also at home all through my preparation. Then my sister do the chores while my mommy do the cooking. So reading was yes. And I read the Fearless. Oh my goodness, I read the Fearless.
No, so that you don't be weak.
Fearless, I read the
time I was using
Fearless.
Netscape, I swear, normally I use Netscape to read the black one. But it got to a stage, I was using Netscape I drank less if I was still sleeping on the game.
Yes.
So I swear, I just have to forget all
But
those
I would advise someone
things.
to read it fearless
Fearless,
again. Like,
yeah, I
no,
would
it is
not
not
advise you
good.
to read it
The
anyway.
aftermath
It's
is
not
very
good,
bad.
yes.
Like, yes.
So,
It's
like,
not good.
me, like, I was staying
Let
alone.
it come natural.
I was staying alone, so most times I have to at least take care of my house. But sometimes that period, if you enter my house, if you see dirty clothes, you see plates, I'll eat lunch, I'll eat my breakfast, lunch, dinner, the same place. I'll be sitting down the same place. You just see the place,
there will not be
you see everything, because I'm staying alone in my room, so like I'll be the one to cook. If you enter my room, you will just pity me. So like during after the exam, like I have to take days and rest. After the rest, see the way I was doing clean up in the house, like
I remember
24 hours doing enough for
see
this
dirty
week.
clothes, I'll come to
yes.
class, I'll just dump the clothes. I was putting on all my clothes, I finished
I
everything.
remember when I finished my exam. First things first, I first slept. Like I slept for like 3 hours. When I woke up, I showered and I ate. Movies.
For me, I could not
I
sleep.
was watching movies back to back because you don't expect me to have sleepless nights for almost 2 months for preparation of the post-utme. About many months, and expect you to see now. No, after the exam, like because you have enough time before they release your score, your advocate. You have enough time to enjoy. So why not just put in the effort first and enjoy it later? Because you have time before you resume. That's just one thing. So actually, anything else?
After that, during that period, after the exam, I was not really feeling sleepy because it's as if my body is used to it during the jam preparation. So, like even after the exam, I'll just find myself. Sometimes I'll post in my status, primers have done this one. 2 a.m. I'm awake after the exam.
Even whenever I have sleepless nights like that, what I do is movies. Like that time I got so addicted. Novel up, Wattpad. I was saying normal because that time you're already used to waking up in the midnight. But I remember when I finished my exam, I slept though. I slept. But the remaining ones, no bros. My room
I didn't sleep much.
At that time, because
I slept.
I not sleep much because like my body is used to it from the day I entered primers. Like staying in primers hotel from 2022. So it's as if my body is used to that.
The system,
like this is the system, this is the pattern. Like
So what will you guys advise our viewers to do on
so
get the appropriate textbook and
yeah,
ask questions
that's like
and study very hard. Like
study very smart, study very hard.
smartly.
there's this thing you I did.
Study hard and smart.
There's this thing I did. You know that we are thinking that you post-utme will be around January and they shop.
Yes.
So I will still advise early preparation because they can shop you. They can just shop you and say because it happened to me. I was at home. I was thinking that these few months post-utme will be January and I was shocked that they released it.
There was nothing like
Someone told me the exam was going to be November, but I was like, for where? It's a lie. It cannot be November.
Even when the thing came out, I
It's going to be this year.
Yeah, we're not knowing
Yes,
it.
Yes, I was thinking it's this
You
year,
are
so
shocked
they now
also.
shocked us.
Hey,
Every
everybody
preparation
shocked us.
matters. Now that you finish jam, don't say that.
let me write
yeah,
small,
yeah,
I
just
have
that
small.
No,
Please,
there's no
early,
time. We don't have time for
any
that.
preparation so that you not be stressed much like me.
And
I was
also
stressed much
advise
because
you-
of my.
I also advise you that know the pattern of reading that suits you better.
Yes.
Don't say okay because my friend is reading all this one, she's reading overnight, she's not having breaks. What your friend is doing might work for your friend but might not work for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Know your body system, know the pattern of reading that suits you better. Like me now, I'm more of a midnight person. I don't really like reading during the day. I'm more of a midnight person. I read throughout the night, then I sleep. Then early in the morning when I wake up, I pick up my books again before preparing for classes. So know the pattern of time that like works best for you, that your body is actually accustomed to, that works perfectly for you. Then also don't joke with your materials. Like she said, remix before remix for your first
Just
subject
get the right
combos.
materials.
Yeah, your explicit biology, modern biology, new school chemistry, and I'm not chemistry. And study is very, very well.
Don't just look through the pages. Study it very well.
But like,
Word for word.
But like one for
Not just
one, so
soft past
they used to bring out your questions.
yeah,
between the
yeah,
lines.
and soft past
So you have to
questions
study
too,
very
a
well.
lot, soft questions.
I want to
Yeah.
add something to what you said about knowing the reading pattern that works for you. You know that when exam is closed, don't go and do. it's midnight that work for me, you now go and sleep during the day. When the exam is closed, there's nothing like this the best time for me to read though. You got no choice, you'll be doing it. Even she now that she's saying this during the day, she still reads, so don't mind that. But this during the exam period, when you know that your exam is closed, nothing like I'll read midnight, so you just stretch
24 hours is not enough for reading.
And don't joke with your health though. It's not be nice if you fall sick days to your exam or during your exam.
Yeah, like few weeks to my exam, I was visiting the hospital. I visited the hospital like 1 week. I was so stressed because I was very, very down. So, like, take care of your health.
Yeah.
So all those things stressed me. I'll be taking drugs. There are some drugs that I was taking then that it was affecting my. Once you take it, you are not going to stress your brain. But I was reading, I was taking the drugs. So make sure you take care of your health.
Yeah, health is
Your
And
health
one
is
last thing that I would
important.
advise you to do. Come to Primax.
Yes.
Come to Primax.
Exams.
If you are not in primers, you are missing a lot.
If you want to ace your exams, come to
Which you want to
Primax.
go to if not primers?
I
don't
know.
know.
Because like we said, even the past questions alone, dang. You should know
You can't sit anywhere.
Yes, because
Yes,
it's
you can, but they
compound.
don't
Like,
sell
they
the
don't
past
sell, they don't release their
You
past
can't
questions.
So come to
anywhere.
Primax
Even if you
and
go
get
to-
best.
Yes, even if you
Primax
go
They'll give you the
best
best
days for
teaching,
you.
everything that you need for your exam. Once you are ready to learn, like you can pass your exams once.
So, any word of
You don't have to write
encouragement for
it
any people
multiple
out
times.
there?
Yeah.
Any word of encouragement for them?
Well,
You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Within
Yes,
all
yes,
digits,
yes,
you can
no,
do
and
it.
you can
not.
do
It is not, there's nothing impossible.
Possible. Yes.
Everything
Even
is
the word
possible.
impossible says, I am possible.
very true, very true.
Thank you very much.
So you can do it. It's actually not hard. It is very, very easy if you work hard and put in the energy and the
Yeah.
effort.
It's
and like
easy
she
if
said,
you work hard.
it's like she said, you don't need to do it twice. You can
Yes,
do it once
once
and
later,
AC.
yes.
I'm a living testimony by God's
I
grace.
did it once.
We love you guys.
We love you guys. Come to Primax. We're expecting you.
Best tutorial for you.
Don't forget to subscribe
Yes,
and
thank you.
hit the notification bell. Love you.
Mwah.
Bye.